Hey guys, welcome back to DeFi Kingdoms. This is a follow-up video to my previous one where I discussed the ROI of Gen0 heroes. And in this video, I'm going to add on some of my thoughts to what I've already covered, as well as made some corrections to some of the details that I mentioned in that previous video. So to begin, I first want to make a correction to some of the details I mentioned in the previous video. And in this case, I'm going to be focusing on the Gen 1 hero sales during the past month or so of December 2021, because I think these numbers are generally representative of the Gen 1 hero sales as a whole. Okay, so here is the latest version of the spreadsheet that I showed you in that previous video. The first column here is the date, and the second column here refers to the floor price of Gen 0 heroes, followed by the floor price of Gen 1 heroes. And then these two columns here refer to the ROI per month of 2 Gen 0 heroes and 1 Gen 0 hero respectively. So in this video, I want to go through a little bit more detail of how these numbers are derived. So first, let's take a look at how I came to the percentage monthly return of 2 Gen 0 heroes. If you have any questions or if you have any corrections you'd like me to make, please let me know in the comments section below. First, we'll begin with the sale price or the floor price of a Gen 1 full 10/10 summon hero, and we multiply that by 0.9625. So this is the amount that you will receive after selling the Gen 1 floor hero, because this takes into account the tavern fee of 3.75%. So this amount is what you will receive, and from that you deduct the 60 jewel summon fee, okay, and then that will come up to the profit of how much you get from selling that Gen 1 hero. And next, I multiply this profit amount, which is in jewel, by 10, because this is the maximum number of Gen 1 heroes that you can summon in a month with 2 Gen 0 heroes. Okay, so in case you didn't know, the maximum cooldown period of each Gen 0 hero per summon is 3 days. So I take the 30 days in a month divided by the 3-day cooldown, and that comes out to be 10 summons in 1 month. Okay, so this whole expression here refers to the total number of jewels that you receive in profit by selling 10 Gen 1 floor heroes. Okay, and finally, I divide this number by the floor price of 2 Gen 0 heroes. And so this whole formula here works out to be about 4.6% per month, and this is the ROI per month. And over here at the bottom, I take an average of the past month of this ROI, and that comes up to be about 4%. Actually, let me increase that, so it's about 4.2%. Okay, and in this column here, I simply divide this number by 2. So if the monthly ROI of 2 Gen 0 floor heroes is 4.6%, then the monthly ROI of 1 Gen 0 hero would be half of that amount, and that would be 2.3%. And as usual, I take the average of the whole month worth of numbers here, and that comes up to be 2.1%. And lastly, for these two columns, this is simply the representation of these two columns in APR form. So I simply take this number per month times 12 months here, okay, to come up with an annual figure. And once again, I take the average here. So basically what this means is that if you have 2 Gen 0 floor heroes and you summoned a Gen 1 hero every 3 days and you sold that hero at the floor price, then you can expect to get about a 51% APR for that year. Okay, and this is for 2 Gen 0 heroes. So for 1 Gen 0 hero, that's simply half of that number, so that's 25%. So to summarize, in theory, if you had a Gen 0 floor hero over the past month, the average Gen 1 profit you would get is about 53 jewel, so this has taken into account the summoning cost. And the average APR you get from selling all the Gen 1 summons is about 25%. Keep in mind that this APR figure is based on jewel, which tends to be more stable as opposed to having it based on dollars. And comparing these figures to my own experience with my Gen 0 summons for the month of December 2021, I get a significantly higher Gen 1 hero sale profit of 202 jewels. And this is because most of the Gen 1 heroes that I have summoned and sold have been above floor price, because I have sold rare, legendary, and mythic heroes which are priced significantly above the floor price. And the average APR from the sales of these Gen 1 heroes works out to be about 65% per year. Okay, so next I want to talk more about what all of this means, but first I want to show you something else that I've learned. And here we are back at the spreadsheet, and this time I have included two new columns over here. And this column here refers to the percentage change of the price of a Gen 0 hero from this day to the previous one. So in this case, this price over here is 5.7% more than the floor price of the previous entry. Okay, and so as you can see, the average change has been about negative 2.2%. And this entry here, or this column here, is the same thing except that it's done for the Gen 1 floor heroes. So you can see here in these two numbers here that generally speaking, the Gen 1 floor heroes tend to be more volatile than the Gen 0 heroes. And this has significant implications to our expectations of the ROI of our Gen 0 heroes. So to reiterate, the floor price of Gen 1 heroes are significantly more volatile than the floor price of Gen 0 heroes. And this means that the ROI of Gen 0 heroes will fluctuate quite significantly depending on the demand for Gen 1 heroes. So remember not to get too excited if the ROI figure is high or too despondent if the ROI figure is low in the short term, because such figures will likely not be representative of the long-term ROI that you get from Gen 0 heroes. And lastly, with all of this said, it's probably not worth investing in Gen 0 heroes if you're looking to simply summon and to sell Gen 1 heroes. Simply because the APR you can get from this activity alone is not that high compared to what you can get from other DeFi platforms. However, this doesn't mean that Gen 0 heroes are not worth investing in at all, because there are other factors coming up that can significantly improve the ROI of Gen 0 heroes. So first, as you may know, there will be a number of expansions into other blockchains, and the increased demand from the much larger number of users from those blockchains are likely to cause an increase in the jewel price of Gen 0 heroes when those expansions go live. Also, I think that over the medium term, the price of jewel will continue going up, which means that the USD value of each hero will go up as well. And finally, I think that the garden APRs will eventually fall below the Gen 0 summoning ROI. Okay, so to sum up, the minor reasons for investing in Gen 0s today include an expectation of the jewel price of Gen 0 heroes to go up when we expand across the various other blockchains, and also if we expect the price of jewel to go up over time. These are, in my opinion, secondary considerations, and I think there are bigger reasons to consider investing in Gen 0s today, and that is that the highest ROI in the game will probably come from high-level, high-quality heroes that you use to complete quests and or to participate in PvP. And that Gen 0 heroes are the cheapest, most reliable way to get these heroes in the first place. So I think the main benefit of investing in Gen 0 heroes today is not really coming from the sales of Gen 1 summons, but rather to have the ability to generate high quality heroes that you can level up, which would then indirectly give you a high ROI later on down the road. Okay, so the basic point I'm making here is that Gen 0 heroes on their own are not necessarily going to give you a high ROI. However, they can be the source that generates the heroes that can give you a high ROI. Okay, and with that, we've come to the end of this video. If you found it to be useful, please click the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.